Dang, that's what I'm talking about. Give up.
They're playing basketball.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Crossover Pod. Back today with the basketball crew. We have a good episode planned. We got another team builder. If you guys want to go around, introduce yourselves, you can do so.
I'm Luke. Been here before. Won the team builder last time. Here to do it again.
I'm Cole.
And I'm Bode.
All right, so this wasn't a planned segment really, but I feel like we need to talk about the Sixers.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Especially after that loss to the worst team in the NBA without every single player on their team. I don't know what direction you go with the Sixers, I'm not gonna lie. That game destroyed any of confidence that I had. Like before I had a little bit building up confidence. Now that Pelicans game brought down a lot of the confidence that I had in them.
The way I see it is they're gonna make the playoffs. They're gonna be a bad seed anyway. Embiid's got a sprained ankle. You keep him out for 3 days. If he goes in the game and breaks his foot, then you're screwed, right? We should win that game, but we're the same old Sixers that we've always been.
Yeah. I saw a tweet today as me hyping myself up when the 36 and 46 Sixers are gonna beat the round one, the 70 and 12 Cavs in round one. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
The team getting out-coached, outworked, and then injuries are gonna happen. We're not gonna be healthy in the playoffs.
Especially with the team we have.
Even if we're at 80%, we're not competing with the Cavs. We're not competing with the Celtics. We're not competing with the Knicks. I think it's just a realization.
I've kind of been trying to say this for the entire year. Well, what's our record? I don't even know if we're guaranteed to make the playoffs.
I think we're 13 19.
We are guaranteed though. We're only a couple games out of.
Embiid and Paul are only going to play probably half the rest of the season.
We're 2 out of the play-in.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. We're 2 out of the play-in, and we've been off.
I don't think they're
2 out of the play-in, but we have no reason to think we'll
exactly.
get in that
No,
play-in. We've been 2 out of the play-in for 2 months.
I think we can get into the playoffs. The issue is what if we make it in as a 10 seed and lose the play-in? That's very possible.
The issue is,
or
as a play-in, you're facing Cavs, Celtics.
Yeah.
But I think we could beat the Cavs.
I don't think we can.
Dude, the Cavs are just playing. They're just playing good. I don't care who's on the roster. The Cavs are a good basketball team. That Thunder game, they're just a good roster because
So are we in the regular
anyone.
season.
It could be Mobley and Allen, or it could be Garland and Mitchell. That's the thing, and they're healthy. They play.
Yeah.
They're always on the court. They play 90% of the games together. Whereas we have 3 options, but only one that plays at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And Maxey's
Maxey's
been
taken such a I thought he was going to take a
has
leap.
been good.
No, it hasn't at all.
I know we always talk about how his whistle's trash, but he's been complaining. It's been annoying. I guess complaining the Luka, where it just gets annoying to watch.
Yeah.
Even the later days of Harden, where he kind of stopped being dominant, he just was trying to draw fouls.
I think he's probably getting frustrated with what he has to deal with.
Yeah.
I would be too if I was him. It's just
I
a
hope
terrible
Maxey
situation.
stays, yeah.
His situation sucks.
I hope Maxey's the guy we built off of, which I'd assume he would be, but
Yeah. I like the Maxey and McCain duo moving on.
I do too.
And no matter where we finish, if we can get a somewhat good draft pick and get a piece who we can build off of, maybe he can help us next year. I'd feel fine.
Yeah.
This class is very good too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great rookies.
This is a very if you're a top 10 pick, you're in a guy who I think you would hope to be an all-star this year. This year's a lot deeper. Last year, you wouldn't think the same.
Yeah.
About your number 1 pick, you don't even think you're going to be an all-star. So, I hope they decide what they're going to do at the trade deadline. Though I don't want them to be in this
I don't think
they
they're
are
gonna
locked.
do
They've
that.
talked about how they might want to look for a big piece, but if you look for a big piece, what do you be? Now you're the 6th seed when you lose first round again.
It's hard.
They have to choose a direction. They have to go hard in that direction.
I could see his contract makes it difficult.
I could see it's going for a
PG
big
contract is
position.
so bad.
You can't really you have Paul George right now. You can't.
No, you are right. He is his contract worse than Tobias?
I think it will end up.
The
worse.
outlook it looks like it will be,
But Paul is gonna show up in the playoffs. You just know.
I don't know that.
You do know.
When is he?
What tells you that
because he looks like a different player this season. That's the thing. He's
Yeah,
like,
but
he's not making
Jimmy
shots.
was garbage in the regular season last year
I
too.
know.
And he shows up in the playoffs and he's a beast. He's
PG is not
Paul George he's never been a guy though. I feel like Jimmy's been this guy oh yeah, I can turn on when I want to. Paul George has never been that guy.
Paul George can score at will. He's unbelievable.
I know. I'm saying
4
I'm
years
saying
ago
doesn't-
he could.
I'm
He's
saying
35
he doesn't have
now.
the switch that Jimmy has. has. Like Jimmy can be like, yeah, it's playoff mode. I don't think Paul George has that. I mean, we saw in the bubble. I know that was just a bad performance from him more, but I don't think he has a switch like that where he can just say it's playoff time. I'm Paul George now.
I mean,
Jimmy does.
I like PG a lot, but he's just not gonna be a guy who can go and. I mean, like Harden when Embiid had an off game could just somehow go off for 35 and carry us to a win. I don't think PG can do that.
I mean, none of it matters if Embiid's not healthy.
That is
to be honest.
Yeah. If Embiid's not at 90% strength, you have no shot of winning a single.
I mean, we got Paul George for in the regular season when Embiid's out for 40 games. We have someone that can still win us games with Maxey, and it's not working. Yeah. So you can't.
He's been very stagnant. I feel like, on offense. He hasn't moved the ball well. So when
he takes such difficult shots.
Yeah, like when he's not hitting his shot, nothing else happens in the offense. So like he has to be on it. He just hasn't been on. I mean, he's been bottom 5 3-point shooter this year.
I don't understand how that happens. It's such Sixers luck that he goes from like a high 30s% 3-point shooter to just like pitiful now. I really don't understand it.
Maybe they just don't know how to play together.
I think it's just a loss of Embiid. Like if you watch Embiid play, like even Maxey's percentage goes up so much when Embiid plays because he just gets open shots. Embiid draws 2 defenders every time. So
I hope Maxey's not an Embiid merchant. That's all I hope.
I think he.
I hope he's not because like. He has like
seems like he is.
He's still like a good player, obviously, because he's like 25 a game, but he's on like 42%. That's not great. That's not great. That's not great if you're a bad defender, which he hasn't been bad this year.
I think his defense is better this year.
He's improved this year.
Last year he was kind of like a cone.
Yeah.
He's a lot stronger.
I think that has maybe fucked him up.
Shooting wise,
maybe
he needs the dreads back. He's got.
Well, you can see him shoot. Like, his jumper
has
improved so much. Like his rookie season, he was chucking the ball. Now it's fluid.
I'm coming in. That was his weakness. His weakness was a 3-point shot, and now he's turned that. Last year, at least, like that was his number one thing.
That's all.
But now he's becoming too obvious with it. And
I think he just has bad shots.
Well, yeah.
It's almost like he doesn't.
He's hunting for the 3.
It's like he doesn't know what he's best at.
And I think part of that comes with being a bad 3-point shooter probably your whole life, and all of a sudden you're knocked out.
Yeah.
Like, you want to shoot as much as you can. Like he feels like he has the hot hand.
He also feels he needs to carry the team right now, which he does. But like
McCain would be so helpful.
So
he could help keep it afloat. I mean, he'd been awesome.
I like him and Maxey, just that duo. Even though they're both undersized, kind of average defenders, I love that duo.
If you pair someone like a Herb Jones, obviously you're not going to
someone
like Herb Jones, but if you pair someone like that with them, you can run them.
Or just 2 defensive wings who are long and they can kind of shoot the 3.
Herb PG.
Yeah.
3, it's not going to work.
I think Nick Nurse has kind of been disappointing too. I feel like you don't have much to work with, but at the same time, he was like one of the best coaches in the league, hands down with the Raptors.
He is a very tough situation.
I liked him last year. I thought he did well last year. When we were at our best, he was operating.
He was. Last year, do you guys remember the stretch where Embiid went out and it was like Ricky Council was playing a ton of minutes and we somehow pulled out like a few tough wins. That's Nick Nurse, but I don't know where that's been this year.
I think he just doesn't know. I think he doesn't know where to put Paul George. It's a hard fit.
It sucks because like even when we had Toby, like Toby's playing great defense. He's a great rebounder.
And Toby like was able to accept, you know what, I'm not the guy.
And he was efficient somewhat. Like Paul George, he was shooting 20% from 3 at one point in the season. You can't really work with that.
I don't think Paul George would ever be like, I'm the guy. I'll get some rebounds and play defense.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's too good of a player to ever think that in his mind. So and it makes sense, but it just sucks that we signed him for how long? Was it 4 or 5?
4 years. 4 years, $50 million. Like I'm not a GM. I could have told you that's a terrible idea. Just giving someone that's that age, that amount of money. With that injury history, I don't think it was ever the right decision. I didn't understand it then. I don't get it now.
Were you guys excited for that signing? I was excited when we signed him.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I
thought he would have still, because my thought was he can be a 20-point per game guy and we'll still be elite. And that would be fine. But he's been a 14-point per game guy on 35%.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if Embiid was healthy, which is obviously a big if, like I think the whole thing would be turned around.
Yeah, it would be.
He would be so much better.
Yeah.
So,
it's hard with 6
you can't jump the gun, but they're also never going to build the chemistry. They can't.
Because neither of them are going to be on the court.
Never playing.
Yeah.
So
I agree. It's the biggest what if ever.
Yeah.
It's an unfortunate situation, but I don't know. I don't know where they go from here. I wouldn't mind just kind of I don't want to say tank. They can't tank, but just like let Embiid heal up, and then when he comes back, he comes back. Like there's no point in resting him 3 days, and then he's still not going to be 100% when he comes back. He's still going to be a little bit hobbled. Just let him sit, like, I don't know, until the All-Star break, and then just see what happens.
It's always just something new with him. Like last time it was his foot.
The sinus
shoulder,
fracture.
nose. Like it's different things. That's what worries me. It's not like some of these games he misses aren't rest. Like they're an actual injury.
It just comes out of
Like
nowhere.
how does that happen? It's crazy.
Sinus fracture. Like, he just has a black cloud over him. He just gets unlucky.
He does.
Simple.
I feel bad for the man. A lot of people
really feel bad.
A lot of people hate him for being hurt. Like
I think this year he's kind of taking it bad, but like the prior years, I definitely didn't get the hate. Like this year, he was kind of like attacking some of the like fans.
yeah, when
a
he
little bit.
punched Marcus.
But I think he's just frustrated.
Yeah,
he's sick of it.
It's built up anger.
Yeah.
But this year he hasn't responded the best way. I mean, it's also been his worst year in the past 4. Like before this year, every time he was on the court, no matter how much time he missed, he was the best player every game. And now he's only had like 2 or 3 of those games. He's getting back a little bit.
I think he just needs to get back into the swing of things. He didn't play any preseason, and his first when was his first game? I don't remember who it was against, but he didn't really look great. It might have been against the Bulls.
I thought it was Heat.
He just didn't look like himself. He was sloppy. He wasn't handling the ball as well as he usually does. But like that'll come back
kind
in
of
time.
lost, I hope.
Yeah, who knows? We'll move on to our award predictions. Let me pull my list up on my phone. I guess we can start with. We'll start with Rookie of the Year.
That's the tough one.
Yeah, it was a tough one. I'll start. I kind of just went out on a limb here. So my pick is Stephon Castle,
Fair.
and I think that the Spurs are gonna be a playoff team, and he hasn't really been the most efficient to start the year. But is he starting? Does he start some games?
He starts sometimes. I mean, he's been like he's a good defender.
He's a good defender. He's a good passer, and I feel like if he's able to be a contributor, even though he's not an efficient scorer, and they make the playoffs, like you're playing with Wemby, that makes your job so much easier. I think he could win it because other than him, like who is on a contending team? Like
I think that has zero value in Rookie of the Year though. Like I don't think they put like any weight into that unless you're like the best player. on
yeah,
the
but
team,
like
which Stephon Castle obviously isn't.
I don't think Alex Sarr is having that good of a year, or I don't think he's just going to turn it on and magically be someone who he's just not.
Did you guys do yours for like now or for end of the year? I did mine for more end of the year.
Mine's for end of the year.
Yeah, I went with Sarr because I think he's gonna get better. I mean, he's been playing better recently. I don't think if I were to give it to a guy right now, it'd probably be like Wells or maybe like Misi or something.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not. I mean, Sarr's the best defender of the class.
Yeah.
And there's been the highest scorer is like 11 points per game. So I'll go with the guy who's maybe gonna average 2 blocks.
Yeah, it's not
by
a
the end of
very
the year.
impressive class at all.
If you average 2 blocks, you'll probably win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Because that's a good defender.
I did Castle as well. I mean, it's obviously a little UConn bias, but I've seen the kid play. I mean, he's an instant impact. He's plays great defense. Obviously, it would have been McCain if he was in all year.
I assumed in all of
He
our
would have
answers.
blown out.
Yes.
But the only other one that makes a case, in my opinion, is Edie, but he's almost averaging a double-double. I don't know. if
He's
you've
been
seen
solid.
the stats.
Yeah, he hasn't been bad. I mean, I don't think he would. I never expect him to be bad because like
No.
He's so big.
He's 7. How is he? 7'6".
7'4" or
something.
5.
And he has some touch. Like he has a little bit of touch.
Yeah,
He's not
and he
gonna
has
be
decent
cool.
footwork.
I'm shocked he's been able to play
Yeah,
even
anything.
decent because he can't move. He can't move.
He can't move. You're right, but he has a little bit of touch and he's huge. Who do you have?
For my end of the year, it'd be Sarr. But when I'm surprised to see Edie's the favorite right now.
He is the fit. I think it's just because like they think no one else is gonna do anything. I think they might think other people will fall out. A lot of rookies sometimes like will fall out of rotation. I remember like Chris Duarte was killing with the Pacers' rookie year and then got absolutely cut out of rotation. I think
All right.
Sarr's like the safe pick.
Yeah, he
I
is.
think he's safe.
I think
He's
he
the best
is,
defender.
but like, I don't think he's. I don't know that much about him.
I mean,
I just think
the only
I
Wizards
just
game I watched this year was the Sixers game
Right.
last night.
I just don't think he's anything. Like, I don't think he's gonna take a jump. You're playing with Kuzma and Jordan Poole, are two of the biggest gunners in the league.
That's the worst.
Like,
Like, is that the worst?
How is he gonna?
team to go to?
Yeah,
as a
he's
rookie?
not
Go
gonna
to-
develop.
go to Kuzma and
That's
Poole.
terrible.
No offense.
By the way, it's awful. Like I could probably name 10 picks right now that were about to be drafted that would be better than Sarr.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this draft class.
Yeah, none of these
I
rookies.
feel bad for the
They-
Hawks.
they
because
also-
the Hawks got like
The
got
worst
pick.
year.
You're so shocked about
First
the
round
one.
pick, let's take the 7-1
Now
guy
we get
from France.
now we get Richachet. How is he?
Is he even? Is he?
I believe he had a good game the other night, but I don't think he's been doing anything too significant.
No, they also have a good they have good bigs. They have
Capella's on their team, so I think.
who's that other
Jalen
kid?
Johnson.
Jalen Johnson, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, Jalen Johnson.
he's very
Yeah.
good.
All right, so let's go into the most improved. Luke, you can start.
My most improved is Tyler Hero. Just because I feel like with Jimmy out, I feel like he's been his numbers haven't jumped that tremendously, but I feel like
What he's doing.
He's been good.
his
I
role
saw he's
his
like
role is
one
more
of the
important.
favorites.
He's taken the job first. He's
Yeah.
like,
Has he like turned into kind of
Yeah,
like the
he's-
facilitator too? 5 assists, yeah. 24, 5, 6 and 5 and 47%. It's pretty good.
I think he's. When I was looking up, seeing who I was going to pick, he was.
he's up in the race
He's up
for sure.
I've been
yeah.
sleeping for sure. Yeah, he's definitely up there. I don't know he's been doing.
And
this
I've always been a hater of him, but
I don't like him at all, but I mean, you gotta respect him.
Yeah.
He's been good this year. Well, let me see what he was doing last year. 20 last year. I didn't realize that. He's been averaging 20 for 5 years now.
Yeah, maybe this will be.
I mean, 20 is like the
You're
new like
taking-
16
yeah,
points per game, but
it's not.
still, that's pretty good.
Yeah. All right, so I had it down between two people, Jalen Johnson and Wemby, but I'm gonna go with Wemby because he's gotten more efficient, he's better defensively, and he's averaging more points per game, and I think he's just an NBA darling. Like the awards voters, I think are just gonna love him.
They might. They definitely might.
And I don't know how much this goes into it, but I think the Spurs will be a decently high seed. He's going to be leading them. And I think last year he was the guy on a bad team, but I think this year he's kind of just going to dominate the rest of the season. So I'm going Wemby.
Yeah. Personally, I have to completely disagree. I think
I know
I think
they
most
don't.
improved should be
They
fifth
don't.
year and up. I don't
Yeah,
think,
they don't
because,
like giving it to the
I think that's
second year player.
I-
I think it's I think usually they don't like to do that, but I feel like there has to be some exceptions.
I don't know.
He's gotten better in almost
Yeah.
every single stat. Like he's averaging 4 blocks a game. And last year was at like 3. It's only one more, but I feel like he's playing on kind of a different level with a lot
Yeah.
more. But so
I feel like this jump was kind of expected.
That's what I'm saying. That's
It
that's
was.
what- like I remember a couple years ago, De'Aaron Fox was the same way. Like he went from 20 to 25 from year 2 to 3. Like that just happens. And I feel like those players should be excluded completely. Same thing with
Yeah.
Jalen Johnson. Like Jalen Johnson would be my most improved, but he's a 3rd-year guy. Like he's 20 years old. He should be
Yeah.
getting better every year. Victor's the same thing. He's 21. Same thing should happen. That's why I went with Norman Powell. He was averaging 13 last year. He was averaging
Yeah.
24 this year. He's a guy. He was with the Raptors for so long. Now he's an old head, and he's like a leading scorer. I don't know. I feel like that's like the prime. Maybe I'm confusing with kind of like comeback player of the year,
Yeah.
the most improved, but I feel like I kind of like the comeback aspect of it more than the actual most improved.
I went with Dyson Daniels.
Okay, I like that.
If you check his stats, I mean, he went from 6 to 12 in points per game. He's just improved a
Absolute-
little bit in rebounds and assists, but he's the best defender.
and he's
Besides Wemby.
he's a contributor now.
Yeah, he's unbelievable on defense. I mean,
Yeah.
he can guard anyone
No,
besides bigs.
I feel like just Norm went from 13 last year to 24 this year.
That's
As a 34-year-old.
That
Or
is
for
kind of
30
crazy.
like that's so random. Like that's like I feel like that's the epitome of most improved.
Yeah. No, I can definitely see that. Now we'll go on to Coach of the Year. My pick for Coach of the Year, I kind of just looked at the standings and figured it was Kenny Atkinson.
I also like
unanimous.
Kenny Atkinson.
I mean,
It's hard to
You
debate
can't not.
because like they're not the best team on paper. I feel like what they played.
it's the same exact roster as
It's
last
like
year.
the same team. It's actually unreal.
I don't know what he's doing that
The team
bigger
was good
staff
last year
wasn't.
too. I
but
just think
The
Baker
team is
staff didn't know
athletic.
what
They
to
have
do.
great chemistry.
yeah,
I think Baker staff might not have known how to use Mobley and Allen the best.
together.
Because like, dude, Kenny Atkinson knows how to use those guys.
Yeah.
Like they're in the game at the same time and they're dishing it off to each other. Like they're a good duo.
team.
4 losses is insane.
Yeah, like
I don't get it.
It's
what
outrageous.
they started 15 off to start the year, and they lost like a game or two, and they won 15 in a row again.
They're unbelievable.
I don't think their roster is
So
like.
good.
I don't think their roster is anything.
I think it
It's
pairs
good,
very
though.
well.
It's
I mean, they have
it's
Garland.
good. It's a good roster, but I don't think it's like 26-4 or whatever they are.
They're like 31.
33.
Yeah,
43.
33-4.
That's a 70 win pace. That's over a 70.
Thunders.
That
Thunder-
type of roster is like what I think that record. It's like the LeBron Heat or the Warriors that broke the record.
100%.
Not like a Garland
But they're
Mitchell.
just meshing like crazy right now.
The Thunder are the best team in the NBA.
I agree.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean when they're doing this without Chet.
That Thunder Cavs team was awesome.
Yeah,
It was a great game.
when they get Chet back, it's over. It's just like I truly feel that they're going to win the championship.
I assume Chet doesn't impede on any like chemistry they had. Obviously, he's king chemistry. They should do rag on.
I'm like I'll admit that the Thunder are good, but a part of me just doesn't like them for whatever reason. I don't really know why, but it's hard for me to accept that this team of like unproven guys is just now the
it
best
does
team
seem
in
like
the
just like
league.
a mosh of like a bunch of young players, and they just all turn out to be good.
Yeah,
Honestly, like Aaron Wiggins, stud. Isaiah Joe, stud.
It's like with Bode.
They're all so good.
It's-
They're all good. Who's their coach? Mark Spagnol.
Mark
Dahl.
Dognall. Yeah.
He's a good coach.
Yeah, I mean, part of me also doesn't. I don't like Shea that much. I used to like him. Now he kind of annoys me. He's
No,
like,
some of the stuff he does is like a
He's a
little.
little
much.
cocky.
he's a little
But
corny.
But it's not his fault. He's kind of just playing into it. Like he
Yeah.
didn't start the horror thing.
No, he didn't. So I think he's like a little corny, and he just gets glazed so much online that
He does.
it makes me not like him because like yes, he's good, but why are we glazing? Like,
Thank God Ben Weston couldn't make it.
Yeah,
he
would've
wouldn't.
been
He
mad-
wouldn't
he
have
would've
liked
been
that
mad at
comment.
too. He just gets the pain on anyone. Yeah. No one can cover it.
He's
He
the best
does.
player in the NBA.
It's kind of funny though, like how when he plays into it, like they'll interview him, he's like, what should I say? And I'm
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of funny. But some of the stuff he does, like the captions, sometimes are a little funny.
Yeah, he comes up with his own poems for his
Yeah,
Instagram
he does.
caption.
Hey, man, they're low-key bars though.
They are. We'll go into Depoy. I think
This
that's-
is unanimous.
I think we're gonna have another
Yeah.
big sweep.
Much as I hate to say it.
Yeah.
Who do you like? Nico Bear is the second, Dyson Daniels
Dyson.
is the third.
Yeah.
I'd assume
I don't think a guard,
you'd have
as
to,
long as Wemby's in the league, a guard can't compare to the defensive impact he has.
What do you think a guard would have to do to get D-Boy?
Exactly what
Five steals a
exactly
game.
what Dyson's do. Almost.
No, but
A
he's
little bit
he's
more. But
Wemby's like
even
a
more.
minus 1,000
Yeah.
betting fee.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
even it's what Dyson is doing and then some.
Obviously,
And then
I do-
take Wemby out of
If
the league.
Wemby were to
Yeah.
win like 3 in a row, maybe it'd be different. Maybe the standard
Mhm.
gets lower because of just burnout. which
Are
I-
they just gonna give it to him every single
I think
year?
I think
He
we'll
should.
I think if you have someone like Dyson though, and Wemby's 4 years in a row on it, I think they
Yeah.
might give it to him. It's history. Like,
Yeah,
not saying it should be that way, but
they just do just
Yeah.
cause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens all the time. Like LeBron could have won MVP every time.
Yeah.
Jokic could have won MVP. Embiid could have won all the time.
All right, so I think this is our last award, MVP. We did Rookie of the Year, we did Depoy Coach of the Year, Most Improved. Who should I pick for MVP?
My MVP's Wemby. I think he's gonna like end the year on a tear. Absolute tear.
I remember LD said like before Wemby got drafted, he said, "Oh, he'll never be an All NBA. He'll never be an All Star."
Now he's gotta eat him.
Yeah.
Gotta eat those words now.
Yeah, he is.
He's
So.
at, right now he's at like 26, 11, and like the best defender in the world. Like if he gets to 28 and 12 and the best defender in the world, is that the MVP if they're the sixth?
If you take him off the team, I mean, they're probably a bottom 5 team. They're not.
all he's done is improve. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Like, all he's done is improve. So I have no reason to believe after the All-Star break he wouldn't average 30 for the entire time after the All-Star break. He's just gotten better and better, and they've done this season too. Like this season, it's just improved as the season's gone on.
Yeah.
So I just assume that's going to keep going. And if he does that, he's an MVP level player because he's first team All NBA right now.
Yeah, it's probably true.
I have Shea.
Should I?
He's so efficient. He just does everything right.
No, yeah, that'd be my pick right now for sure.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
I also have SGA.
Yeah.
I can't give it to Shea just because of I don't know. I don't love him. I don't. Now thinking about this, he's won the MVP 3 of the last 4 years, I think, but I think this is kind of Jokic's best season that he's had somehow. I mean, he's averaging almost a 30-point triple-double. And I think the Nuggets are like the 3 or 4 seed. But, I mean, if he's won MVP the last 2 years, or 2 of the last 3 years, and he's better in almost every category. He's averaging like 13 rebounds a game. I mean, he's unreal.
I didn't realize he was averaging 32, 13, and 10.
It's insane.
That's kind of crazy. On the most efficient scorer in the league.
Is he still? I remember for like the first 2 months of the season, he was shooting 50% from 3. I doubt he's at 50%, but it was something absurd.
He's at 47.
Like that's insane.
He's at 47 on 5 attempts a game.
Joel would be 48 if he played all year. That's all I have to say.
Joel would be averaging 32 points, 14 rebounds,
Yeah.
and 10.1 assists if he was playing.
I think the debate really is now just. I think it's been.
It's over. Yeah,
The debate's cooked
it's
because
over
Joel.
just because Embiid. Yeah, it's part of that, and also that's the playoff success, which obviously goes hand in hand.
Jokic can't
With the
defend like
injuries.
Joel. He'll never go.
No, I'll
He's
stand on.
improved, though.
I'll stand on the fact that Joel is the better player if they go head to head. He gets the better of Jokic
He does.
every time, but they don't play the Nuggets 82 times a year. So
It's just like there's something, and Embiid has that dog mentality, but only when he wants it.
Yeah.
He's the
when
best player in the
when he
NBA.
thinks he's got against Jokic, he goes after and gets it, but can't do it all the time.
it's a sad thing. I did have a few other categories that we could go with, but we may not have enough time. So we can come back to it after the team builder, depending on what the time's looking like. So we're hopping on crafted NBA. What do we want to do to figure out this order? We'll flip a coin. Ask Siri to flip a coin. Either Luke, you'll be heads, Bode tails. Flip a coin. All right, tails. So Bode, you're starting.
Wait, how are we doing? Is it 2 guards, 2 forwards, and it's like backcourt? Because I feel like that's like a better way. Obviously, I don't want to do completely positionless. But I feel like that's kind of.
Yeah. We can like 2 guards, 2 forwards, and a center, but
Obviously, if you want to change it around.
yeah, I mean you just can't take like Wemby, AD,
Yeah.
Mobley, Cat.
That'd be a crazy tall team.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, I'm going with Wemby.
Wemby?
Yeah.
Damn.
$8.
Yeah, that probably is the best value pick. You know what? I'm going Jokic. He's the best guy in the league. I'll go Jokic.
Yeah, that's definitely what I would have done if you didn't take him. This goes against everything that I stand for as a Sixers fan, but I think Tatum at $7 is like as much as you hate him,
I mean, he's definitely the best at 7.
he's the best at 7. And I saw someone talk about this on TikTok the other day. Like, people hate Tatum just because of who he is, but he plays the right way. He's a very good defender. He already has 1 chip. He can go for 40 on any night, but then he can also have like a 20 and 10 game and just like take the back seat. He's very impressive to me. And I hate admitting that, but
His defense has been like that's I feel like what got him to that next level.
yeah, I mean,
Because he's a all NBA defender when
Yeah.
he needs to be.
definitely.
Which is something that got added to his game.
All right, with mine, everyone got their guy. I'm gonna get SGA. Just get a winner.
All right,
Yeah,
that's your guy.
that's the best.
I don't hate that at all. Are you doing Snake?
Yeah.
Let me take
It's Elder.
Oh shit.
So to pair with SGA, I'm just gonna splurge.
Oh wow. So your rest team's gonna be ass.
I'm taking Joel Embiid.
No, that's fair. Yeah, if he's healthy, he's the best player in the NBA. So you got the MVP and
Okay.
the could be MVP.
Mhm.
Former.
Alright. No, he's
Who
not.
made this
He
list?
bought Paul for $4. He actually.
Yeah.
He's
He's ranked higher than Bradley Beal.
He's more than like Bridges too.
That's terrible.
That's funny. Some of these are that 4 weird.
All right, I'm gonna go with AD here. I'm just building I'm building a defensive team. I feel like with Tatum and AD, 2 guys who can get you 30, but they're also great defenders.
I think I'm gonna go KD. So I have $10. So I'm going a little steep here. 9 and 6 on my first 2. But
Who else did you have?
Jokic and KD.
Mm.
So like, cause like KD he doesn't need the ball as much as people
No.
think he does. He doesn't need that ball.
I'm gonna go Anthony Edwards. $6.
6. That's solid, guys.
Now I'm at 14. And then I'm just gonna grab Maxey at $5.
Okay. So I have $10 for 3 spots. It's not the best.
I shouldn't have taken AD. I didn't.
At 19.
Ugh.
I have $8 left.
So I'm gonna need. I have $10 for 3 spots. Which means I need 2 3s and a 4. I mean, Jared McCain seems like my best option right now. But let me see if there's anyone else.
Where is he? Is he at
He's
3?
at 3. Like I would
Wow.
not mind Jared McCain for 3. Oh. You know what? I'm gonna go Dyson Daniels for 3. I like that.
Good pick.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right, I think I'm gonna go Jalen Johnson for 4, adding to my defensive team.
That was like my guy I was thinking about. I was thinking about Jalen Johnson.
I don't know how he's been doing this year, but
Who? Just say who it is.
I'm doing Josh Hart.
I mean,
$3.
I don't think he can never be bad.
He's always just gonna be
It's
that.
Josh Hart.
Yeah, it's dog.
What do I need? Center, forward. I need 2 guards. I have $7.
Is there a reason why Drew is at 3? Is that because he's hurt?
I mean, he's been had a down year shooting wise, but nothing too crazy. Are you still up, Luke?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going dogs to fill out my roster, and I'm gonna take Alex Caruso.
Okay.
Okay.
That's definitely a dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like my selection of guards right now.
I think I'm gonna go. I don't know how he's. Oh, okay. I was gonna go with Lou Dort, but I see Yabu here at 2, and I've loved what he's done with the Sixers.
Good value.
I gotta go Yabu there.
Wait, I didn't even realize there was a $2
The two goes very deep.
Oh,
I
good
mean,
Lord.
there's a ton of people on here, and then there's a $1 if you want Kyle Lowry.
If you want Kyle Lowry, I think I'm gonna go with Norm Powell for in the $4 section here. My most improved player, add to the squad. Where is he?
He's. I saw.
I saw him earlier.
Yeah, I saw him too.
Alright, found him. There we go.
I guess we're just gonna keep adding to the scoring team. I'm gonna go Jalen Green at $4.
Oh wow.
This
So how much money you got?
I have $2 left
$2 left.
for 1 player.
I got 3. So
Wait, $2 left for who, Bode? Who'd you take?
1 player.
Oh,
who'd
you
you
didn't.
take
You
before
didn't.
that again?
Jalen Green.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go with Jaden McDaniels. $2.
Okay.
Nice length.
3 and D.
I mean, surely I could play one of Herb Jones or Dyson Daniels at guard, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Dyson Daniels.
Dyson
Daniels
is a
is
shooting
a
guard.
guard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's-
he's actually
But
listed.
they also did play point
So
He's
I'm-
big.
So I'm gonna go Herb Jones. I love this team. Jokic, Durant, Dyson Daniels, Warren Powell, Herb Jones.
That is a good squad. All right. Right now, I'm between.
What are your stats, Bode?
I didn't add.
Does it give you like a
Yeah.
thing when you're done?
My projected net rating per 100 possessions is 15.5, and my lineup synergy is 6.8. I'd assume that's out of 10, but I don't know.
Probably is. I want to take either. I'm gonna go.
What's your net rating?
15.8.
Oh, mine was garbage.
Wow.
I'm gonna go with Trey to fill out my team.
The best net rating of all time is a 13.4.
I'm at
So I'm above that by a lot.
net rating. All right. I'm at a
15.1.
15.1, synergy
So I'm
6.6.
still first
Wait,
place.
so that has to be wrong.
What's your net rating?
No, you want it to be high.
I can't find my guy.
It's the difference between your offensive and defensive rating. And offense is you want it to be as high as possible.
No,
Defense,
what's yours?
Mine's 15.5.
Oh, okay.
All right, last pick. I'm doing it.
Who you go with?
Why?
Shake Milton.
This dude just ruined
I saw him there and I couldn't just go
This
past
dude's
him.
ruined
I
his
kept
damn
looking and I
lineup.
just.
Does Shake
What team
even
is he?
get
Is he in
playing
Nick?
time?
Is he in Nick?
He's a Laker, I think.
What? He was on the Knicks at one point, right?
Yeah, I think so. He was on the. I feel
Wait,
like
what
he
did
was on the Knicks
what do
last
you guys have?
15.5.
15.1.
18 and a half.
Damn.
7.7.
Wow.
How does Shake bump
Wait,
you up
read
to
your lineup
a-
out. Read your lineup out.
SGA, Shake, Caruso, Hart, and Bede.
What?
I
So,
mean,
I won
maybe they're
again.
maybe
They
they're.
must.
Oh,
love-
you want to be
maybe
strictly defense, I think.
They love that Embiid,
Shea
Shea
duo.
They love something.
Or
about
maybe
that.
they're like. I mean, my team has
Strictly
3
defense
big
mode?
stars. Maybe they're like
Come on now, my team's
fill
claims.
it out.
Besides the center, my team's claims.
Yes.
KD's a good defender. What? KD was a great defender on those Warrior teams. Obviously, he's worse now, but he's still solid. He's above average.
Shake won me the league.
I give you Shea Milton just boosted you above me.
Yeah, that's
I'm mad at that. And your lineup synergy with what?
7.7.
So I think they go together well.
It's a little bit surprising to me. This is actually a really good website. I didn't.
I do like this.
It's
Me and
cool.
Chase used to do it all the time, but I didn't know how deep it went. Like, there's a lot of people here at the $1.
I wonder what would
spot.
happen if
Oh
I
my
had Paul
God.
Reed for 4
I don't even know who Enrique Freeman is. I don't even know who some of these guys are. Jeez.
They probably have.
Is he just every NBA player?
I was gonna say they probably have most
Like
NBA
less than
players.
Yeah, these guys, the $1 value, it's not there. It's not there at
Yeah,
all.
no,
Bilal, you know what? Bilal Coulibaly for $1 is not bad.
no, you'd be able to.
Bilal's
stack
good.
Yeah, he's a good.
He's really
He's a
good.
good defender.
Yeah, and he can score.
Oh, nice. Paul George has just stated he's bored. To be honest, I'm bored. I'm playing center for the Sixers.
That's gonna go platinum on Twitter.
To be honest,
Twitter
No,
I'm
that was good
comments.
actually. Yeah.
That's probably gonna be
'Cause we're falling apart.
probably the biggest like meme NBA quote now.
Yeah.
I'm bored. Okay, good.
Sixers are good.
Yeah. All right, we have enough time left. I got a couple more categories. I guess we can do them for right now, not for the end of the year. My prediction for right now and the end of the year. So we have most disappointing team and then most surprising team. My most disappointing will probably be the Sixers. Just in the injury department, we're getting killed, and I mean, there's not much more to say about them than what we said already. But I feel like we all had title aspirations, and now we're a few games below 500, almost halfway.
We've accepted our fate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you get Paul George, you're all excited. Embiid's playing in the Olympics healthy. Well, not healthy, but he's playing in the
Seemingly
Olympics.
Yeah.
And then,
Did you guys both pick Sixers too?
I picked Sixers.
yes.
I went Pelicans just to be different, like purposely.
Yeah.
But I mean, like the Pelicans last year,
Yeah.
they were like the 1 seed for the first half when they were all healthy.
Were they in the play-in last year?
They
Was
were-
that
they-
when
they
Zion?
They ended up in the play-in, but they were like a 48
I
win
mean, they have
team.
the same problems as us.
Yeah, it's the same
Well, they have the same problem, but I don't even know what's happening with them. Like they're just like
They're just not a good team.
because they had 7 wins before they beat the Sixers last night, so they're 8-30, I think. Like that's the
Yeah.
worst team in the league by far. And
I think we
if
all
you
have-
told me they after last year they were the 1 seed for the first half, and now they get DeJounte. DeJounte's been a nightmare.
DeJounte is just
He's not a guy who
fooled.
fits with anyone. He
He-
fooled the Spurs so bad.
He fooled the Hawks.
I mean, yeah.
And then
But, like his Spurs performance just fooled
Yeah.
everyone.
I don't even know what
He was the guy who does everything and is a first team All NBA defender, and he's not.
Yeah.
He doesn't assist. He can't score efficiently, and he's
not a good scorer.
and he's lazy on defense now. He's
No,
not
they're-
that guy.
He's an NFL wide receiver, star receiver.
He kind of is.
Evil.
He kind of is.
Okay, so
I think this one's unanimous.
are we all gonna say Cavs?
Yeah, I was gonna say
No
the
surprise.
Cavs.
Yeah. Who do I go with?
Let me check the
Did I
standings.
try to be different? No, I didn't try to be different. I also love Cavs.
Yeah, I would say the Cavs. I would like to switch it up, but
Like, who else could you
Yeah.
go? Like, maybe the Rockets. The Rockets have been, like, 2 seed. But
the
thing is,
Rockets,
like, 2 through, like, 7 in the West are
that
all,
can
like, 2
all
games.
get
Like, you
that can all
you
get
go to
mixed
the
up in
7th
the next week.
in a week. So, like, the Rockets could be the 7th seed, and you people are like, oh, they're not surprising. They're the 7th seed.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say that I expected the Rockets to be a 2 seed because I definitely didn't. But once they brought in Udoka,
Yeah.
and I
That's
mean,
a great hire.
say what you.
That's
I
a
don't
great
know
hire.
why. I mean, Missoula's been good for the Celtics, but Ime was great, and like that whole culture shift. And then they brought in a few veterans, and Şengün obviously has been great. Jalen Green, okay, but
The Grizzlies could actually make a case.
They can,
and
If you look at their
and
lineup,
Ja,
it's
I think
really
Ja's
not
coming
no,
back
the
soon.
Grizzlies have. What's their record?
They're the third.
No, yeah, they played well. Taylor Jenkins is a good coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
He's really
surprised.
nice.
I get why the Celtics fired Udoka, but I'm glad that like he didn't get like banished.
Just blackballed.
Yeah, like because like sometimes people just get.
He's a
banished
good
from the
coach.
NBA, like Mark Jackson. Like I think he's the best guy for the Rockets. Considering they have
They have
12 good young players.
I mean-
it's actually insane.
Did you guys see what happened with Cam Whitmore the other
Yeah,
night?
yeah.
He was like
Yeah.
wouldn't shake Jalen Green's hand.
And he
for
played
whatever
well
reason.
that game
Yeah,
too.
he
But
did.
he scored like 16 points in like 18 minutes, and they won by 20. He was pissed. Poor LeBron after they lost to the Bulls.
You can't be that.
Can't be the 10th man in
And-
Diva. I'm sorry, can't wait for you.
Wait, he didn't shake.
They won by like 20, and like he didn't play that much, and he came off the court like untucked his jersey and just walked right to the locker room, and then Jalen Green was like telling Tari Eason about it. He's like, yeah, he wouldn't shake my hand or anything, and it's like that's weird.
Has Whitmore been good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Whitmore's a good scorer.
He was
He's a
like-
nasty scorer.
He had such a generational flop during the draft process that he fell so far because of whatever
I don't
knee
get why.
problems.
He was good at Nova. He was
Yeah.
a good player at Villanova.
He was. I feel like before the season, he was like a top 7-ish
He was-
pick in
He
mock
was a top
drafts.
5 projected among those based off like athleticism.
Yeah.
Honestly. And that didn't go anywhere. He still showed that. Because I remember he was good as Villanova freshman.
It was his knee, right? He
I
had
think he
they had a
hurt, yeah.
knee,
So
and
I assume they
all
just
the
thought
NBA
that
doctors were
take
scared of it.
his athleticism out, but clearly it did not.
Yeah.
I mean, the Rockets got a steal, but they're too jam packed.
Yeah.
Reach out.
Reed, yeah.
Mhm.
I forgot. I didn't even know Reed was hurt until someone showed me the
What?
other day.
How much is Reed scoring?
Well, Reed scored 50 the other
In his
day.
was it his G League debut?
I don't know,
saw?
but like, people
Cool.
were going crazy about
Yeah.
that one.
I like the Rockets.
They're definitely fun. I like teams who aren't like one player. I like the team.
Yeah,
where
they're a
I
nice.
like the team.
They're
where
a
it's
nice
everyone.
team.
Those teams where it's everyone contributes. I like those teams. Jabari Smith, nice little player.
Tari.
Like they didn't hit on any of their draft picks, but they were able to.
They're all. They've all
They hit on
developed
the
into
middle round.
solid.
Picks. They hit on the middle
Yeah.
round picks,
As
which
much
I think
as-
that shows it's way. That's more important than the top rookies. Like you'll get those stars.
Yeah, yeah.
Those middle round, like the mid first round, late second, early second round picks are big.
As much as I hate the Celtics, they're another team that's like fun to like 1 through 5
Yeah.
they can shoot the ball.
Mhm.
Anyone can shoot.
It's like
the
they
ball.
have a superstar, but like their whole
Yeah.
teams, like Pritchard.
They play.
Pritchard's
There's no
so
egos
good.
on that team.
No.
Pritchard's one of the most skilled players in the league.
Pritchard's
He's
6th man of the year. Yeah, probably will be.
Yeah. I forgot to add that on.
He is leading 6th man
I
of the
think.
year. I think.
I have
I'm
six-
shocked that he's in an NBA rotation, let alone the
My
best
6th man
team.
of the year
in
is
the league.
DeAndre Hunter. Personally.
Pritchard?
I mean, just going like looking at him as a 6'1" white guy.
He's just so skilled.
He got rated with the anonymous NBA. He got rated the hardest player to guard.
I mean,
Really?
he's probably like a top 10 skill guy.
No, Bode, I'm
Have you
saying
seen his
like
dribbling like workouts he's done in his
Yeah.
garage. It's crazy.
He's so good.
Bode, I'm saying when he got drafted,
Yeah.
I would who would expect
He was
him
a
to
first-
be
I think he was a first round pick coming to Oregon.
really?
Yeah, like,
I remember
later,
he was pretty
obviously.
good at
Oh, he
Oregon,
was a
but
stud at
just
Oregon.
that build is
He's
not
just
successful
tall
in the
and,
NBA.
and March Madness.
He's one of the best He didn't play March Madness.
Did he not play March
Yeah,
Madness?
he
Who
got
am I
canceled.
thinking of then?
That was probably
Oh, 2020.
yeah. His year got canceled. He was a stud at Oregon.
Thank God that March Madness didn't take place. We would not have. I don't think we would have had Maxey.
That is true. That's the only silver lining that came out of it.
Yeah.
I think we were supposed to
Yeah, we
go.
were supposed to go to that Final Four.
Yeah.
Other than that, we got Maxey though. So
Kind of evens out. All right, I think
who's your guys? Is all your guys a 6-man?
I didn't even have.
I put down DeAndre Hunter.
Miles Pritchard.
He's averaging like 20. He's on a smaller sample size. It's like 30 games, but 20 from the 6-man spot is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
On like crazy efficiency, like 48% from 3.
I didn't even.
And
Is he? I did see on Twitter people are like DeAndre Hunter's making the 6-year leap finally that he was supposed to make like 3 years ago.
And I wouldn't know, but I'd assume DeAndre Hunter's playing good defense. Like that's what he was.
Yeah, that's
made
what
on.
it is. All right, unless you guys have anything else, I think we're pretty much wrapped it up. Thank you guys for taking the time. I know it was a pain to schedule this,
Should
Yeah.
never be this hard.
but yeah, college kids on break, and it was impossible to schedule a time for this.
Who
But
would've thought?
yeah, thank you guys for coming out,
Thank
and
you.
we'll see you guys in the next video.